Hey there, fellow Americans. If you've been worried about making ends meet on Social Security, I've got some breaking news that's going to change everything. Bernie Sanders has just dropped a bombshell proposal that could put thousands of extra dollars in your pocket. Before we dive deep into this game-changing development, make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss out on crucial updates about your benefits and financial security. In a historic move that's sending shockwaves through Washington, Senator Bernie Sanders has successfully pushed forward a groundbreaking Social Security proposal that could revolutionize the lives of millions of Americans. The proposal, which has gained surprising bipartisan support, includes a one-time payment of $3,000 and a monthly increase of $1,200 for Social Security recipients. But what does this mean for you, and how soon could you see this money in your account? Let's break down this extraordinary development that's making headlines across the nation. The proposal comes at a crucial time when inflation has been eating away at the purchasing power of Social Security benefits, leaving many seniors and disabled Americans struggling to afford basic necessities. Have you noticed how your Social Security checks seem to buy less and less each month? You're not alone, and Bernie Sanders has been listening to these concerns. The $3,000 one-time payment is designed to provide immediate relief to beneficiaries who have been hit hard by rising costs in recent years. Think about it, that's enough to catch up on bills, make necessary home repairs, or create an emergency fund. But the real game changer here is the $1,200 monthly raise. This isn't just a temporary boost, it's a permanent increase that could fundamentally transform the financial security of millions of Americans. Can you imagine what an extra $1,200 every month could do for your quality of life? But you might be wondering, how did this proposal manage to gain approval when previous attempts at Social Security reform have failed? The answer lies in a perfect storm of circumstances and a growing recognition across party lines that our current Social Security system needs serious updating. With more seniors falling into poverty and the cost of living skyrocketing, even traditional opponents of increased social spending have begun to acknowledge the necessity of reform. The proposal's funding mechanism is equally innovative. Instead of raising taxes on middle-class Americans, the plan introduces adjustments to the Social Security tax cap, ensuring that high-income earners contribute their fair share to the system. This approach has helped win over crucial moderate votes while maintaining the program's long-term sustainability. But what does this mean for the future of Social Security, and how will it affect different generations of Americans? One of the most significant aspects of this proposal is its attention to the most vulnerable beneficiaries. For those receiving the minimum Social Security benefit, the impact will be even more substantial. These individuals, who have often worked in low-wage jobs throughout their careers, will see their benefits rise above the poverty line for the first time. Isn't it about time we ensured that no American who has worked their entire life has to retire in poverty? The timing of these payments has become a hot topic of discussion. According to the proposal, the $3,000 one-time payment would be distributed within 60 days of the legislation's final approval, while the monthly increase would take effect in the following month. But here's what you need to know: eligibility for these increases will be automatic for current Social Security recipients. You won't need to fill out any additional paperwork or make any special requests. However, there are some important details that every beneficiary should understand. The proposal includes provisions for cost of living adjustments, COLAs, that will ensure these increased benefits maintain their value over time. Unlike previous benefit increases, this one is designed to keep pace with inflation, addressing one of the most significant criticisms of the current system. But what safeguards are in place to ensure these benefits remain sustainable for future generations? The impact of this proposal extends far beyond individual beneficiaries. Economic experts predict that injecting this additional money into local economies could create a significant stimulus effect. When seniors have more disposable income, they spend it in their communities, supporting local businesses and creating jobs. Have you considered how this could revitalize your local economy? Critics of the proposal have raised concerns about its cost and impact on the federal budget. However, supporters point to the plan's carefully structured funding mechanism and the long-term savings it could generate by reducing senior poverty and associated healthcare costs. The question remains, isn't investing in our seniors' well-being an investment in our nation's future? The proposal also includes provisions for disabled Americans who receive Social Security Disability Insurance, SSDI. These beneficiaries, who often face even greater financial challenges, will receive the same increases as retirement beneficiaries. This equal treatment reflects a commitment to ensuring that all Americans who rely on Social Security can live with dignity. But how will this affect the disability determination process and waiting periods? One of the most innovative aspects of the proposal is its approach to surviving spouse benefits. Under the new plan, surviving spouses would receive enhanced protections, ensuring they can maintain their standard of living after losing their partner. This addresses a long-standing issue in the current system where many widows and widowers face significant benefit reductions. Isn't it time we protected our most vulnerable citizens during their times of greatest need? The proposal's impact on women deserves special attention. Women typically receive lower Social Security benefits due to lower lifetime earnings and time taken out of the workforce for caregiving. This increase would help address this gender disparity, providing greater financial security for millions of American women. But what other steps could be taken to ensure gender equity in our Social Security system? For those approaching retirement age, this proposal could significantly impact their retirement planning. The increased benefits could make it possible for some to retire earlier than planned or to maintain a higher standard of living in retirement. However, financial advisors recommend carefully considering how these changes might affect individual retirement strategies. Have you started thinking about how you'll adjust your retirement plans in light of these changes? The implementation timeline for these changes has been carefully considered to minimize disruption while maximizing impact. Social Security Administration officials have confirmed their readiness to begin processing the increased payments as soon as the legislation receives final approval. But what challenges might arise during the implementation phase, and how will they be addressed? The proposal's effect on the Social Security Trust Fund has been thoroughly analyzed by actuaries. Their projections suggest that the new funding mechanisms will actually extend the program's solvency, addressing one of the most pressing concerns about Social Security's future. This could mean greater security for both current and future beneficiaries. But what additional steps might be needed to ensure the program's long-term sustainability? International comparisons have shown that many developed nations provide more generous retirement benefits than the United States. This proposal would help bring American Social Security benefits more in line with international standards while maintaining the program's unique characteristics. Isn't it time for the world's wealthiest nation to ensure its seniors can retire with dignity? The proposal's impact on different age groups has been carefully considered. While current beneficiaries will see immediate increases, younger workers will benefit from knowing they can count on enhanced benefits when they retire. The plan also includes provisions to ensure that future generations will receive comparable benefits adjusted for inflation and wage growth. But how will changing demographics affect the program's long-term viability? For many Americans living on fixed incomes, this proposal represents a lifeline. The combination of the one-time payment and monthly increase could help millions of seniors move above the poverty line and maintain a decent standard of living. Stories are already emerging of beneficiaries planning how they'll use the additional funds to improve their lives. What would you do with an extra $1,200 per month? The proposal's effects on healthcare costs have also been analyzed. With many seniors struggling to afford medical care and prescription drugs, the increased benefits could help reduce the financial burden of healthcare expenses. This could lead to better health outcomes and reduced Medicare spending in the long run. But what other healthcare reforms might be needed to complement these Social Security improvements? Small businesses and local economies stand to benefit significantly from this proposal. When seniors have more disposable income, they tend to spend it locally, supporting neighborhood businesses and creating jobs in their communities. This multiplier effect could help stimulate economic growth from the ground up. Have you considered how your local business community might benefit from this increase in consumer spending? The proposal's impact on intergenerational poverty is particularly noteworthy. By providing more adequate benefits to current retirees, it could help break the cycle of poverty that often affects multiple generations of families. When seniors have sufficient resources, they're less likely to need financial support from their children, allowing younger generations to build their own financial security. But what other policies might be needed to address intergenerational poverty comprehensively? As we look to the future, this proposal could represent a turning point in how America treats its elderly and disabled citizens. The combination of immediate relief and long-term benefit increases could help restore the original promise of Social Security, ensuring that no American faces poverty in their golden years. But what role will technological changes and evolving work patterns play in shaping the future of social insurance? The proposal's effects on retirement planning and financial services industries could be substantial. Financial advisors are already adjusting their recommendations to account for the potential increases in Social Security benefits. This could lead to changes in how Americans save for retirement and manage their retirement income. Have you spoken with a financial advisor about how these changes might affect your retirement strategy? For those currently in the workforce, the proposal offers greater certainty about their future retirement security. Knowing that Social Security will provide more adequate benefits could influence decisions about savings, investment, and career choices. This could lead to broader changes in how Americans approach retirement planning. But what other reforms might be needed to ensure comprehensive retirement security for future generations? The proposal's impact on different regions of the country has been carefully analyzed. Areas with higher concentrations of seniors and disabled Americans could see particularly significant economic benefits from the increased spending power. This could help revitalize communities that have struggled with economic decline. How might your community change with this injection of additional spending power? The role of advocacy groups in achieving this breakthrough cannot be overlooked. Years of grassroots organizing and persistent advocacy helped create the political conditions that made this proposal possible. This demonstrates the power of collective action in achieving social change. But what other issues might benefit from similar grassroots advocacy efforts? As we conclude this analysis of Bernie Sanders' game-changing Social Security proposal, it's clear that we're witnessing a historic moment in American social policy. The combination of the $3,000 one-time payment and $1,200 monthly raise could transform millions of lives and strengthen our economy. But the success of this program will depend on continued public support and careful implementation. Remember to stay informed about these important developments by subscribing to our channel and hitting that notification bell. Your financial security matters, and we're here to keep you updated on everything you need to know about Social Security and retirement benefits. What are your thoughts on this proposal? Share your opinions in the comments below, and let's continue this important conversation about the future of Social Security in America.